good? It's your boy B to the A to the R to the this bar here. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Locked In. As always, I'm excited. It's crazy. It's getting ready to get insane in the membrane here tonight. I have my guest tonight. Yo, she's a dear friend of mine, my sister. She is one of the most gifted individuals on the planet. It's probably easier to tell you what she can't do than what she can do. It'll probably make the list a whole lot smaller. But not only is she a singer, she is an actress. She is a worship leader. She is a preacher, a prophetess. Also, she is all things when it comes to hair. She's not just a hairstylist, she's a trichologist. She's a beast, okay? I want you to give up a nice locked in welcome for my homegirl, Miesha Edmond. What's up, Miesha?
Nothing much, just chilling, just being great. You see what I'm saying? Huh?
Come on, you better come on and be great. Andy Abibi Ashata. Okay, I got caught up there. My tongue got loose. So I'm so excited. Thank you for stopping by such humble beginnings, to share with us tonight. We are definitely excited, and there's so much I want to talk about. But first, let's start from the beginning. Miesha, tell everybody where you're from, where you was born and raised at.
I was born in Washington, D.C.
Come on, Chocolate City.
Okay. But I was raised in Long Island, New York, in Freeport, and then I moved to Virginia. So, I've been around, and then I was in the Army. So I was in Germany and Texas and all that other stuff. So I take a little something from everywhere.
Come on, you was in the Army, huh?
Yes.
And what was your rank?
Well, I got out as an E5, and I got my rank pretty quick. So I was E5 by, 2.5 years. I was a tank mechanic, 63 Hotel. So I fixed tanks. I also fixed Humvees, 5 tons. And then when I got out and came to Long Island, I worked at MacArthur Airport where I fixed the helicopters. And then I also worked in Brooklyn for a little bit at the Armory, and I also fixed their 5 tons and their Humvees.
You just a regular little Miss Fix-It, huh?
Well, if I can. Okay, Barbara the Builder, you're welcome.
Listen, I told y'all, it's probably quicker to talk about what she can't do because it's crazy. But also, wow, that's crazy. Like, all right, you also are a wife and a mother.
Yes.
A wife and a mother. So you're married to my bro, one of the greatest bass players on the planet.
Because I taught him.
You taught him, lead Edmond. And how many children do y'all have?
We got 4 whole children. 4 of them. 4. Don't skip the 1 or the 2. 4.
4. And
2
what's the
boys.
age?
So the 2 boys, they're 15 and 14. And then the girls are 9 and 8. And yeah, it's crazy over here. Yeah.
So just that alone, how do you manage a whole husband and 4 kids? 2 teenagers at that.
Right. You know what I do? I do a lot of ignoring. Yeah, I ignore people. I block them out. I do a lot of blank staring. I look at them like they not there. And, I try to get them to the point. You know what I mean? Like kids, they're like, and then I'm like, to the point, straight to the point. Because I have to keep my sanity. It's 5 against 1, essentially. I'm an only child. You know what I'm saying? So my husband, he's the oldest of 5. And I don't have that testimony. So I have to do it in sections. I have to break them down one by one, or they're going to overtake me.
You know what's crazy? Because I'm the youngest of 5, and I'm the same way. Listen, just cut to the chase. I don't got time for, real talk.
Yeah.
No. But you have 4 of the greatest kids around, real talk, and they are so mannered and gifted. You know what I mean? Musically out of control.
Okay.
But like I said, how could they not? You know what I'm saying? With the father being the bass player that he is, one of the great on the planet, hands down. And then you are a phenomenal vocalist as well.
Thank you. Well, I don't really know about the vocalist thing, but I get in where I fit in. And one thing is I ain't trying to be embarrassed, so I try to sound as good as possible at all times. Amen?
Well, listen, I'll put this out there. Miesha and I actually are members of the same church. So I get to work with her weekly on the praise and worship team. And when I tell you, it is such a joy and a pleasure to work with her because I can't speak for anybody else. Me and her, we vibe. You know what I'm saying? And we get to roll it, it's more than popping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a pleasure, you know what I'm saying? And I learned so much from her, you know what I'm saying, locally. So, definitely kudos. And we definitely looking for that project to come out.
Wait, no. Cut. What happened?
We gonna put it out here, right? Yeah, we need that. We need that song. We need that project.
Hold up, production. Wait, help.
No, don't even. No,
Cut.
no.
Roll that.
We need that. We need that. The people want that.
I don't think that I would do that. I have recorded. I have songs that are actually like mixed, mastered, and everything. But I did it for myself. So I don't think that I would ever put any music out.
Locked in. We need y'all to help change that, okay? So, listen, like, subscribe, and comment. We need to y'all need that. I'm telling you, you need it.
You don't
I don't know what you're trying to do. We need that.
You don't need
so
it.
Talk. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. This is what we go through on the regular, we go through this. So, next thing I want to talk about is, okay, so you was in the Army, you're married, you have 5 kids, and
four
kids. Oh, maybe that was prophetic. That was prophetical.
You don't have no power. No,
that was my propheticism. You heard?
We don't believe you. No.
Well, I want to talk. When I want to talk about this hair thing, okay, because you have the love of hair. But the thing is, you're not just a hairstylist.
Right. You
are a licensed trichologist. Matter of fact, I did some research, and you are like the leading lady on the East Coast when it comes to trichology.
Where you get that?
Listen, I got my sources. So, Sixn1, locked in. We got our sources. You heard? We gonna get the smoke. Okay. First of all, tell me what the heck a trichologist is.
Well, a trichologist is the bridge between your regular cosmetologist and a dermatologist. And so I help people to stop hair loss, slow down hair loss. I help them with their scalp issues and all of that from a holistic standpoint. So I'm doing treatments, I'm using state-of-the-art equipment, and I am changing the mindset of people when it comes to hair because unfortunately, when it comes to the African-American community, sometimes we just believe that, if my last name is Johnson and mama's hair look like that and grandma's hair look like that, it's just inevitable that my hair is going to look like that. And so we don't look into it, but we have to understand that the hair is the barometer of the body, which means that if there's something going on in your body, you're going to see it in your hair. So if you see it shedding, there's something lacking inside of your body. And so I get to the root of that.
Wow. Okay, so it's safe to say that hair loss is not something that you have to live with.
You do not have to live with hair loss.
Okay, so let me paint a scenario. A woman comes to you and says, listen, I got these patches where my hair is out. It's been like this, Aunt Susan May had it, all her kids had it, across the board. What is the first thing you're going to do?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do, especially if it's patchy hair loss, I understand that it is alopecia areata, and that is something that deals with the autoimmune system. And so I'm going to find out if she has any autoimmune diseases. I'm going to ask her for her blood work because I do read blood work, and I'm able to see if the levels show that she's deficient in any area. Also, I'm looking at her stress because a lot of times with alopecia areata or a patchy hair loss, a person is under a lot of stress. And so that hair could be here today and gone today, and it goes as smooth as the back of a person's hand. It does auto-correct after a while, but if they don't level out their stress, or if they don't get certain kinds of treatments that will help it along, it'll take a really long time. So I'm going through her blood work, I'm going through her lifestyle, I'm going through her diet, I'm making sure that she's eating properly, I'm even changing diets and making sure that people eat according to their blood type as opposed to a fad diet or a trend.
So wait, this is so intricate beyond just being a hairstylist.
Right.
So a couple of things. So like stress can make a Negro lose their hair.
Listen, you know how people say, oh, I'm so stressed, I pulled my hair out? Well, there's really a disease called trichotillomania, where a person will grab their hair and begin to twist it. And, you know, they don't even recognize it, and it hurts regularly. But because the stress is so high, they'll pull their hair out. And then also with areata, what I was talking about before, it literally will cause your body to fight itself, and your hair can literally come out.
Wow. So where did this come from? I mean, in the sense, okay, did you start off doing hair, you know, styling and, you know, pressing and weaves and, you know, and then how did you progress from doing weaves and tracks and putting dreadlocks and, you know, to go, no, because this is crazy and this is very detailed. This is mind-boggling. Talk to me about that.
Well, let's start from the beginning. First of all, my name is Miesha Kiana. Okay, so you already believe I can braid because my name Miesha Kiana. I can't even go to my middle name. It's not even Renee or Sylvia, so I can't. You know, there's no hiding. Everybody's like, she must do hair. So at that point, I was like, oh my gosh. I really fought it because I want to be an international corporate lawyer. You can tell by how I interrogate my children.
This is a fact.
Okay, but I decided in the hair industry that I wanted to be needed and not wanted. And hairstylists, if you would be honest, come dime a dozen, right? And so I didn't want to just be needed. Wanted. I wanted to be needed. And how was I going to do that? So when I was in beauty school, I remember I was in my teacher's class, Mr. David, right? And he was like a beast. And so we were talking about weaves and stuff, and we got to the chapter in the book that talked about trichology. And so I read it and I was looking at the pictures and I was, you know, trying to sound out all these crazy words like trichonodosia and all kind of stuff. And I'm like, why couldn't they just say split ends? And so I raised my hand and I said, Mr. David, how do I become this? And he said, girl, you ain't got to worry about that. Just learn how to close a weave and you're going to have a whole bunch of clientele. But I didn't let it rest. And it was 10 years before I found a trichology program. And so how I got into it was I got tired of telling clients that sat in my chair, girl, what you do? Drink some water, you know, just coming up with stuff. I didn't know the reason why they were losing their hair, but I saw that I was seeing more people with hair loss than hair. And I didn't want to be a hair illusionist. You know, I didn't want to have to build hair and make hair just to do a hairstyle. I wanted to get to the root of the problem. And so that's how it became a trichology.
And how long have you been doing this now?
I have been doing this now for about 5 years.
Wow. Wow. So let me ask you a question. The impact of what you do, because like you said, it's very detailed. It's a lot of work on your part, a lot of studying, lifestyles, eating habits, stuff like that. What has been some of the individuals you have helped? What has been their response? Has it been life-changing for them? Talk to us about that.
Definitely.
Just listening to it, I'm like, it done changed my life. You know what I'm saying? And I have it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah.
You have hair. Really, yes. Like there was one young lady when I first started doing trichology. She was getting married. She's an older lady, and she was getting married. And she sat in my chair, and she came for a consultation just for her wedding, because I also do bridal shoots and I'm in magazines and things like that. And so she came because, you know, she wanted, you know, I guess me. And so when I looked at her hair, I noticed that she was missing hair in the top. And so I looked at her from behind the chair in the mirror, and I was saying like, wow. She goes to church, and I said, wow, you really don't get much from God in church, do you? And she started crying. And I was like, you know, it's just so funny that it's always just hair until you don't have it. And so what I found out was that she had been going through hair loss for a number of years, and now she finally was getting married. She wanted a specific hairstyle, and it looked like she wasn't going to be able to do it thankfully, she was able to come to me at a time where I was able to talk to her about hair loss, give her some different alternatives, treat her hair, as well as do the hairstyle that she wanted. And so, of course, there were tears and all that other stuff. And so I really do get a lot of people that say, wow, I didn't know that. Some of the things that I share with people are so simple that they can't believe it worked. And then they'll come back and they'll go, all I did was change my pillowcase. You know, all I did was start drinking the right amount of water, you know, and so that's just what it is. I'm always looking to educate. And so that's how I even, I feel like I'm more impactful. I educate. I have written books about trichology, and
I'm gonna get there. You're getting ahead of me, Miesha.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With the books and everything. So so that's wonderful. You give like consultation. You tell them, listen, don't eat this. You know what I'm saying? Turn off that Bobby Womack and put that Hennessy down. You know what I mean?
Right. Put it down, Rackhead. Put it down.
Come on, Monique Walker.
Put it down.
One of the things you mentioned is that you are published in magazines. You have done bridal shoots and the whole nine. Talk to us about that. It's crazy because I guess people would look at you and don't know the wealth of knowledge and the stuff that you have done. And it's phenomenal. That's why, like I said, I want to just touch on everything. So you have published, done bridal shoots in magazines. I see some of this stuff. So talk to us about that.
Okay, so I've been in Manhattan Bride about 5 times with a 14-page spread for each of those issues. I've shot in castles and villas and hotels and really amazing opportunity. Shout out to Manhattan Bride magazine. Also,
Manhattan Bride.
Okay. Also, I am a published author, self-published actually. I wrote a book called The Top 10 Best Ways to Lose Your Hair. It is a sarcastic spin on advice on how to grow your hair, because when people come to me, they say, well, how can I grow my hair? And the first thing I say, well, is you have to drink water. I don't drink water. Okay, well, you have to go to sleep. I'm a night owl. You have to relieve stress. I work better under pressure, you know. So it's like, never mind. I'm gonna tell you what not to do, and then you just turn it around. Because everything I tell you to do, you don't believe it. And then also, I just actually released a journal, which is the Hair Loss Guide for the Guide for Hair Loss Pros, which is basically a comprehensive guide that helps other trichologists break down what products they're using so they can properly help their clients. And I also came up with my own forms. So, you know, you go to the doctor's office and they have their own forms and stuff like that. So I came up with some forms for treatment plans where we can fill them out in the office or in the clinic, and we're able to give our client a treatment plan and also give that over to the doctor so they can see that what we're doing matches what they're doing in the office.
Wow. So back to like one of my original questions. Okay, so you juggling being a mother of 4, a wife, and the whole trichology, because you're not just a hairstylist, you're a trichologist. Then also, another thing I want to touch on is that you are deemed an expert in the area. You are like the go. If you want to look up, somebody wants to look up a trichologist here on, you know, in the city, your name is going to pop up as the leading one to go to. Tell us about that. How the heck does that happen?
I don't know, because I didn't know that. I'm about to grab my phone and Google.
Live.com.
No, I promise you. But you know what? My whole thing is I study and I implement. And so I'm always trying to better myself and I go to conferences. As a matter of fact, I have a conference on Saturday. And so I'm always studying and always sharing with other trichologists. And so I think that trichology, although I feel like it may be a saturated industry, there are a lot of people that are like, what is a trichologist? I don't know what that is. And so I think that just by me being active and really continuing to try to educate men, women, and children about what a trichologist does and how we can help holistically. I think that kind of puts me on top because I'm not just stopping at, girl, you smoke and slay a weed. I'm really getting into the root of the matter.
Excellent. That's what's up. That's what's up. I want to switch gears for a little bit.
Okay.
Because, like I said, there's so many different facets to you. One of your other facets is music. We talk about music. How big is music in your life, and what about music? What effect does it have? Does it empower you? Does it strengthen you? What? Talk to us about that, because music is a big part of your life.
Okay, so music is literally everything to me. I can go to any memory in my life and have a song. So my life is a soundtrack, and it's not just gospel or R&B. It's Wang Dang Doodle. My grandfather would listen to when we would drive from New York to a family reunion in North Carolina. I could listen to the sound of music and be like, okay, I was this age. So music for me is everything. I write, I listen, I dissect music because I really love it. I feel like it is like a language that I speak. All my kids sing. My husband plays the bass and he sings a little. And so we're a musical family. Although I don't really like the sound of my voice, I know what moves, I know what inspires. And so, just music is very important to me.
All right, and I dig it. Okay, a couple of things. Like, she said she doesn't like the sound of her voice. So, like I said, we work together every week. And I stand next to her doing praise and worship. And I could be just singing, you know what I'm saying? Miesha's reading. And she'll do something. And I'm like, literally, like, I'm stopped. I'm like, did this happen? Just do that. Do that again. You know what I'm saying?
And I can't do it again.
The girl is a beast. But I had Sharaya and Darnell on the show a couple of weeks ago. And Sharaya talked about, those are our people. And Sharaya talked about all her musical influences. And like you, it's just not gospel. She talked about Brandy being one of her favorites and her intricate harmonies and unexpected harmonies and tone. She talked about her. Who are some of the people that, outside of gospel that, you listen to and it's like, my God, like who?
Anita Baker. Like,
come on, Anita.
Hands down. Okay. Anita. Okay. Patti LaBelle. Definitely.
Come on, Pat.
I love Patty, okay? Let me see.
Your shoes off, Patty.
Listen, okay? Lauryn Hill, before Crazy.
You know what? I'm done.
I didn't say that. Back when she was, in Sister Act 2. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I dig it.
When she was Fugees, you feel me? Just so many people. I even... what's that lady name? I can't think of her name, and I see it, but Bette Midler, child. Even her. I'm just talking about, I just love anybody that has a rawness, like Jasmine Sullivan. I just like anybody that has like that raspiness that I can relate to. I'm all on them.
I think you need to tell Evangelist Jasmine Sullivan to stop pushing that off doctrine about busting the windows out of people's cars.
You know what? I feel like there's an anointing in busting the windows out. It's a breaking of every chain. If you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to reach back with something in your hand and bust a window out of a car. There's a release there. Lift your hands. Lift your hands. Lift your hands.
My Lord.
Bust them out. Yes, that's right.
Listen, like I said, we've known each other several years now, and I tell this story very often. I came to Starlight one Sunday, and I'm sitting there, and Miesha got up to do praise and worship.
I did.
And she was just a new member there. She had just joined, and this was like my first time seeing her with a case of group. And Miesha got up to do praise and worship, and she got to talking. Never sung one song. But 8 people was laid out across the altar. I'm like, yo, this girl's a beast. She done beat. Didn't sing one song, but had like 8 people like stretched out all over the front floor of the church. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with her, like real talk, like real talk.
Yeah, that was crazy. You know, I think that there has to be a point in your life when you just hear God. And so you cannot always take this as the opportunity for you to sing a song that you have practiced. You know, of course, you know, you want to do things decently and in order, but there's more to, I think, praise and worship and being the worship leader or being a worship leader outside of just singing. It's really just encouraging people with the word and bringing them to a place where they're like, you know what, you ain't even have to play a song because I need God right now. He just met me right here. And so, of course, I know it's not me, you know, that had them laid out, but I do thank God that the life that I live at home is something that can be displayed in church. And if somebody thinks I'm laying on the carpet, you know, then God bless you.
Come on here.
Okay.
One of the other things that blesses me about you, you are a pusher. You are an encourager like no other. And you're not this typical encourager. You know, people, oh baby, you're doing good. You are like a tip in the spectrum. And I'll stay for myself. I can be up ministering. If nobody going to yell at me and scream at me, Miesha's going to do that. If anybody going to tell me to come on, Miesha will walk to the front and be like, come on, push, don't stop. Yo, it's like phenomenal. And like I tell people, when it comes to you, it's like such a blessing. I say, because Miesha, me and Miesha are so much alike. Even her husband says that in so many ways. Like, we'll block somebody and forget about them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But in so many ways, because like we're unorthodox, you know, we in our own lane, don't care what you feel about it, how you know what I'm saying? But yo, and it's such a blessing. And like I tell people, if Miesha's for you, she's for you. I mean, and I'm thankful for you, you know. And I'll say another aspect, you know, last year, on my 5th year anniversary of being released from prison, was the opening night of my documentary, The Barry Alston Race Story. And I actually handpicked you to host it and be the red carpet host. So definitely, that was definitely big, and folks loved you. They said you look like Jessica Rabbit in that red gown, you know what I mean? Talk to us about that night.
It was crazy. It's just so funny. When I got up this morning, I was getting myself together and I looked on my memories for Facebook, and today is the exact day anniversary of the event. And I was looking at the live that I was doing on my way, and I mean, it was so good. I mean, it wasn't even my event, child. I was like, we getting to go to the prom, okay? I had me a whole dress and a makeup artist and such, but when we got there, just seeing the outpour of love for you and for your success. And I mean, just not, you know, people say success, but I'm talking about in life, that you literally made it out and you stayed out. And then after you stayed out, you built. And then after you built whatever you built, you cultivated. And after you cultivated what you cultivated, you shared it with others. And then after you shared it with others, you gave other people a platform to do the same thing. And you know, when you look at the odds being stacked against a person, and then to come out with a whole theater full of people that's gonna come and watch your life. Listen, I'm not, you know, you call me a pusher. I've been a person that's always been forgotten about. Always. I've always been that person. I'm an only child. My mother is unfortunately still fighting drug addiction and has like that kind of life. I don't know my father. So I've always been a person that was alone in the world, but that always made me an observer, and it always made me a person that could see what other people need, and if I could do it, I would do it. And so to be asked to host the event, to just have that honor, I mean, I really appreciate it. And just to big you up, like, what you did. I mean, people come out of prison with excuses. They come out of a relationship with excuses. Heck, they come out of a church with excuses. Okay, they come around the corner with excuses. But when you build yourself, and I mean, even just to be like on your show, like, come on now, that's crazy. You think about the low points and the dark points where you're sitting in a cell and you're writing letters, or you're thinking about what you could do, what you would do, and what it could have been. And now look at you, like, interviewing people and having a platform that is going to impact the world, that people are going to see you. I mean, already people like, I see you on the Netflix show. So that moment last year hosting the event was huge. I mean, to see everybody say, Barry, can I get a picture with you? Barry, right here. Barry, and you're, well, you know, like, I was like, all right, okay, whatever.
No, phenomenal. It was a phenomenal night. And like I said, it was a large portion of success had to do with you, because the people loved you. And again, you look like $3 million, and it was just a great night for real, across the board. I want to shift gears a little bit. The last few months we've gone through this pandemic. We're still in the midst of it. We're still in the midst of injustice against Black folks, especially Black men. Your husband is a Black man. You have 2 teenage Black sons. The state of the world and everything that we're dealing with. What is your take on it? What needs to be done? And how can we implement getting it done? Talk to me.
Okay, so, you know, it's such a loaded question. I never thought that I would see the things that I'm seeing. I never thought that I would see such entitled, rude, heartless people that feel like they could take a life. And you know, you spend years sweeping things under the rug and not addressing things. And so when it comes out, you know, everybody grabbing their pearls and, oh my gosh, I didn't know you felt like that. But you knew it, but you just hoped that it was just over. You know, you just hoped that, like me, that I wouldn't have to raise children in a world like this, where the caring is the order of the day. And the evil, dirty cop is the authority. And, you know, at this point, I am very proud to be Black. Anytime you ask me how I'm doing, what I tell you, I'm Black.
I'm Black.
And I've been saying it before pandemic. I've been saying it for years. You ask me how I'm doing, I'm Black, because it is a noun, it is a verb, it is an adjective, it is everything. And so I love being Black. I am disheartened by what has taken place, but I'm encouraged that it is in the face of everyone that is here, and that we can continue to speak out, march, write laws, support, vote, do whatever we need to do to get things in place. I honestly don't know how we're going to fix this thing. I don't know what we can do. All I know is that we have to be about it. We can't just talk. We have to be active. If you have a platform, if everybody's an influence to somebody, so if you know one person, they know 5 people, and they know 7 people, so you have an audience. And I think that if you talk about injustice and you talk about ways to remedy it, it's gonna get out. Make people uncomfortable with being racist. Make them uncomfortable with treating you any old kind of way. Make people uncomfortable. And I'm not saying go out and be like, if anybody come over here, I'm gonna bust them in the head. But at the same time, you know.
At the same time.
He also ready. You feel what I'm saying?
I dig it.
But I really think that being active you know, being more than a face, or being more than, I just love the Lord. I just keep my head down and I just be praying for y'all. You know, you got to watch and pray. You know, you got to have a Bible in your hand and you have to have a newspaper in the other. And
Come on.
in some instances, you got to have a Bible, a newspaper, and be licensed to carry. Amen.
Come on. So let me ask you a question. What would you say to some of these young people that's out there that are angry and they're rioting, and I'm just saying, and they're just going postal? What would you say to them?
You know what? I think there's a place for everything. I think that the world that we live in now, especially with social media and keyboard thugging and you know, all that other stuff, and being able to hide behind filters and all those apps and stuff like that, people have not learned the art of communication. And so when I was younger, you know, you had to, like, it was call waiting, you know, and you had to call and wait. If somebody called and the phone was busy, you just had to call back, or you went and visited people and you had to have conversations, and now you don't. So when you look at the angry young people today, they don't know how to express themselves, and they believe that, well, I'll say this, violence has been normalized. We have been desensitized. It's nothing for you to turn on a video on YouTube and see somebody's head being cut off. You know what I'm saying? So the things that would be like, oh my gosh, you know, they're like, oh, okay, next video. We're not attaching them to a real event. So now when people are like forced to deal with, you don't like me, it's because of the color of my skin, and they're like rioting and stuff like that. I feel like it's just displaced anger, you know, and I feel like if there was more of guidance, you know, to say you can be angry, but if you do it like this, you're gonna get further. I understand the anger because I'm a little tight too, but at the same time, I'm not down for the right. I'm not, because I know that innocent people get hurt. And when I say rioting, that's not protesting. When I say rioting, I'm saying, you know, there's another Black person in that has a business, and you don't know whose business is whose, and you burn down everybody's business, and their dreams go up in smoke. And I know that there are people that say, well, they got insurance, but it's not nice.
So one last question on this. Matthias is 15, Xavier's 14. So when they go out, what is your conversation to them? What is your instructions? What is your input to them in the climate of what's going on right now?
It's so crazy because also with COVID, I'm really like, you ain't going out. Like, if they say we go, where we going then? We all going? Because I'm getting my stuff too. And here's an extra mask, okay? Because we all going. Because we don't know them. Do they wash their hands? But when I do let them go out, maybe like ride their bikes and stuff, you know, I'm like, where exactly are you going? I'm like, share your location on your phone. Do you have a mask? Don't go in anyone's house. And that's the COVID side of it. And then I'm like, I tell them, you are a young Black man. Not only are you a young Black man, you're taller than me, you're bigger. You will be perceived as a threat, unfortunately. I said, I don't need a t-shirt and I don't need a hashtag, I need myself. And so because of that, I give them time limits. Not only do I give them time limits, I need to know exactly who they're gonna be with. I'm getting their friends' phone numbers. And guess what I'm doing? Getting in my car and riding by slowly.
You know what? I'm done.
The stalker anointing, and I'm looking to see if they there. Do I see that orange hair? Do I see that yellow face? Because I need to know, you know. And I come back and act like I ain't never, you know, nothing never happened. And they say, "Mom, we're back," you know, and they come right on time. They running in, sweating because they making it at the minute. And I go, "Oh, good. Did you have a good time?" I know they had a good time because I was sitting over there in the bushes. Because I learned that in the Army. Okay, make you a foxhole and okay.
Yo, I'm done. I'm done. Only Miesha. Okay, we play a game here on Lock.
Okay.
Right, so here's the game. I'm going to name a person, place, or thing, and you tell me whatever comes to your mind about it. It can be in a sentence, it can be in a paragraph, it can be in two. It can be a verbal thesis. But what?
I don't have those. I read from a paper.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So you good with that?
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. Crab legs.
My favorite. Okay, wait, I got more for crab legs. They cannot be soggy. I don't want them at a buffet. I want them with Old Bay, and I want them mild seasoning with butter. I like when you crack them, and the shell pops my husband in the middle of the forehead, and then the meat comes out in one, and it be so good that you don't need button. Crab legs. Next.
You heard it here. No cap. Okay, next. This is gonna be fun. The Clark sisters.
Maddie Moss with that shoe, child, because I'm telling you right now, if I could bring a shoe, okay, that's it.
You don't have nothing to say about the Clark sisters themselves?
I love the Clark sisters. When I hear Clark sisters, it's harmony, it is innovation, and it kind of makes me sad because I'm an only child and I wish I had sisters to do up with, but that's it.
Okay. All right. Jay-Z.
Oh, okay. I always wanted to be a rapper. I used to do rap battles when I was in the Army on Fort Hood, Texas. Very, very corny. My rap name was the Masked Marauder. I got that name from the Bugs Bunny cartoon when he had a mask on. He was riding horse. He said, "The Masked Marauder is coming," and I was the Masked Marauder. I would go to parks and I would be dressed like Aaliyah. I would have baggy jeans and a little shirt, and I would have like I would look so innocent, and I would go and I would battle dudes until I couldn't. I wanted to be a rapper so bad. When people saw me, they was like, "There she go." I loved it. Izzy, that's my dude. Like, Reasonable Doubt, yo. I promise you, even when I'm getting ready to preach, if it was okay for me to listen to Jay-Z to get hype, I probably would. I love Jay-Z.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done. There you have it. Ain't you a licensed evangelist in the Church of God in Christ?
I'm talking about 40 and 12, okay?
Come on, 40
yes,
and 12.
40 and 12, yes.
Okay, this is going to be good. Lil' Kim.
A mess, child. She used to be all that, but now I don't even know. I don't know. I don't have nothing for Lil' Kim. Nothing.
So who's your favorite female rapper?
MC Lyte.
Okay. Favorite MC Lyte song?
All of them.
My Lord. Miesha. So, tell the people where they can find you. Because, like, I'm sure somebody's sitting out there with patches in their hair. Alopecia is what you called it. And some other stuff. And I was like, I never knew this. How can I find Miesha? What's your middle name again? Kiana Edmond.
Well, if you want to find me, I am Miesha Edmond on Facebook. I am Miesha_K_ on Instagram. And you also can find me on my website at www.miesha-k.com. My clinic is located at 1398 Deer Park Avenue in North Babylon, New York. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, my business phone number. Want me to tell them the number?
Yep, the business phone number.
Business phone number is 631-296-2422.
So I got a couple, listen, so you got the information, follow her, hit her consultation, all that. But a couple of things. So like in the state of, and I know that you are one of the biggest givers I know. So is there situations where you run into where women or even a man wants to be treated but financially not able to?
Yeah, that's actually been a big thing because trichology is not like regular hairstyling, right? So like, and if you're used to black salons, you could go in and you could pretty much haggle. You can haggle your prices and stuff like that. For me, like it's not even happening because I know what I bring to the table. But the good thing about it is that if a person went to my website, I have an outside financing source. So it's no credit financing. People really can, like if you have a state ID and a bank account and a job, you literally can go on there and in less than 5 minutes find out how much you've been approved for. That's number one. Number two, I have payment plans. And then number three, sometimes if it's bad enough, I give out what I consider like a scholarship. And so where I'm basically able to help people with hair loss at no cost to them.
All right, well, one of the things I just feel the need, because I honestly believe there's people out there that can utilize your service and will make a difference in their life and just don't have the means to do it. So, Locked In definitely wants to start off with a $100 donation for instances like that. And I want you to put out, ways, whether it's your Cash App or through your website, where people watching and want to be a blessing to somebody in this day and time, during this trying time, to make somebody feel good about themselves. Maybe they have all their hair and they just want to help somebody else. So put that out there, how they can go about that.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so if you would like to actually sponsor someone who needs hair loss treatment, you actually can go to, I don't have Cash App. That's funny. I do have a PayPal, and it is Anna Demo, that's ANADMO Designs, at yahoo.com, and you can donate any amount to someone that is looking for hair restoration. Actually, I just had someone to reach out to me because they're a young woman and they don't really know what to do. Also, if I can, I actually do veterans for free. Like I said, I'm a veteran, and so I'm actually able to give cranial prosthetics, which is medical wigs and full treatments to our veterans for free. And so if you are a veteran, if you have those benefits, you absolutely can come and see me and everything is covered.
Excellent. Veterans, take advantage. There's stuff out there. Like I said, Locked In and Sixn1 wants to sow into this and, be a blessing to somebody. So you can expect that $100 from us. And like I said, we believe in God that it'll be more than that, in the weeks.
Yes, awesome.
Yes. So what next can we expect from Miesha?
Okay, so what's next?
You want some music?
There is no music, but I'm actually putting together a group of other trichologists that are going to teach the world about hair care, healthy hair care, eating right, how to pinpoint different issues when it comes to hair loss. So with that, with the hair loss industry, definitely I'm doing that. Writing books, of course, and I'm also coaching. So there are a lot of stylists that are like, okay, after this pandemic, I've met so many stylists that are like, I'm not doing hair anymore. I'm not doing hair the way I used to. What else can I do? So I'm actually mentoring those stylists that are ready to shift their business to something a little more substantial, because you can't stand on your feet and slay weaves for the rest of your life. So I'm doing that.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you so much, Miesha. It's always a pleasure. I'm telling you, you know, I have nothing but love for you, and I appreciate you and all that you do on an individual level and for the masses. We thank you. I'm sure the people are going to love you when this airs. So we thank you. Give it up for Miesha Edmond. Listen, follow her. Contribute. Let's take her to the next level. Let's help her help somebody else, even in the midst of what we're dealing with now. And it'll make all the difference in the world. Thank you again for tuning in tonight episode of Locked In with none other than Trichologist Miesha Edmond. Yo, guess what happened? You just got locked in. Until next time, love you. Peace. You heard?
Sixn1 Entertainment, we off and running.